All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to another review of Scandal. And this episode was so freaking crazy. This is like one of those AMG episodes. And it was called THWACK. So this is season 5, episode 17, THWACK. Or THWACK or whatever. Something like that. So what does that even mean? So I found out what it means, and it means this. Yep. So, anyways, let's get straight into the episode. So, next thing we see Melly and Olivia. They're planning their strategy for the Her Entire campaign, and Olivia's like, "You got to get the Latino votes," and Melly's like, "Well, you got to tell me how to do it because I just don't know how to, and I don't want to go around speaking Spanish." So, while they're planning their strategy, she gets a call from Abby, and Abby says something bad's happened. Next thing you know, they're in like some hospice center or some clinic, and Olivia is going into this room, and there in that room in a wheelchair is Andrew, former VP to Fitz. Now listen, if you don't know who Andrew is, you gotta go back and watch season 4 all over again, because I'm not gonna go into it. There's too much to go into, but Andrew is the one that is responsible for the kidnapping of Olivia last season. So Andrew is really crazy. He's in a wheelchair now. If you don't remember, I think it was Huck put something in his IV or stabbed him with something, caused him to have a stroke. So he's in a wheelchair and he can hardly talk. And Olivia's like, "Why are you meeting with the journalist?" Which is what he's trying to tell the story. He's trying to tell a story about how last season, season 4, Fitz was going to pretty much go to war with South Sudan for Olivia, because that was the whole plan. The plan was either we kill Olivia or you go to war. And he chose to go to war over his mistress, and that pretty much made him and Olivia fall out. So Olivia and the team, Olivia's like, "What do you want? Don't do this. It's the worst thing." And Andrew was like, "Listen, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna tell the world. I'm gonna tell everybody about the story." Next thing we have the team, the whole entire club and the group. Everybody has been involved with all the deception and things from the beginning, all together in the little kitchen area at the White House. They're all trying to figure out, okay, how in the world are we going to get this fool to drop this story? And Cyrus is pretty much laughing through the entire ordeal. And we realize why he doesn't really care is because he got immunity. So it doesn't matter what comes out, he's not going to jail, but every single person else inside that room is going to jail. So everyone's sitting there trying to figure it out, and Lizzie's the only one that comes up with, let's just kill him. Everybody's like, "No, we can't just kill him." Lizzie's like, "Why not?" And Olivia's because it's wrong, and they're not going to do that, and they're not animals. They're not that type of people. So, of course, killing him is out of the picture. So then they decide, well, they've got to figure out another way or some other way to try to do this. And but they're not gonna kill him. So on to plan B. Olivia is literally suffering from PTSD. She is reliving those memories of being kidnapped and kind of being tortured, and just the things that happened while she was captive. Scandal sometimes has a tendency to just drop plots, and you're like, "Well, what happened with that? And what happened with that?" Like the abortion that just happened, which I hope later episodes actually goes back and talks about it. So we'll see. But anyways, they did go back, and they hopefully they can tell the PTSD story the way it needs to be told. And I'm kind of glad they went back to it, because I thought it was so rushed last season, and it just didn't do any justice to Olivia. So Melly is so freaking nervous about everything. She goes to visit Andrew and thinking that she can get Andrew, because if you watch last season, Melly and Andrew were in a relationship and it seemed serious. So she thinks she can go in and sweet talk him and get him to drop. Nah, he's not having it. He was like, "No, Melly, it's not happening. I'm still going forward." So Melly is really upset, and she's going to Olivia. She's like, "Olivia, what do we have to do? This man is a jerk." And Olivia's like telling her, "Chill out, I'm gonna handle it." And Olivia is also having PTSD and having memories and flashbacks about being kidnapped. She finally just telling her to shut the F up. She's gonna handle it. Next thing we see Huck go into where Andrew is and injects him with something. I'm thinking, okay, he has killed him. He didn't listen to Olivia. He goes in and tries to kill Olivia. I'm like, gosh, really? You had to do that? But what we see is they didn't. He actually brings Andrew to the White House safe area. Okay, so Olivia's like, listen, what do you want? How much money do you want to just for you to just go away and shut up? And he's just being a jerk and a jackass, of course. And finally, Olivia's like, how much money? So he goes 20 million. Olivia's like, nah, 5 million. Then he goes 10 million. Olivia's like, fine. You know, they got no other deals. They're just going to be $10 million, and that's that. So Olivia and the whole team and the club all come together again, Team Defiance and Team Murderers. They all come together in the kitchen in the White House, a little gathering place. And Olivia's like, okay, who has money? We got to put all the money in there and make it $10 million, get them go away. And everybody's putting their money in. Stupid Cyrus like, here's my $1, you know, because Cyrus has immunity, so he's just being a jerk right now. So, but everybody else knows, like, okay, well, I only have this much and I have this much. Lizzie has some money, you know, because she said she's a Republican. Everybody else doesn't have any money. Fitz and Millie has money. Millie's like, I don't have $5 million. And Fitz is like, you do have $5 million. I gave it to you, so you have the money. So everybody's sitting here like, listen, we got to put some money together. We got to get $10 million. Eventually, you know, they get the money together. Fitz, I guess, is going to throw in majority of the money. It was so funny. There was a point there where Olivia was trying to give her point of what they think should do, and Fitz pretty much just cuts her off and was like, Abby, like, I don't want to hear anything from you, Olivia. Let me hear from Abby. That was cold. I don't know. Those two. That was cold. But anyway, so they go back to Andrew, like, here's your money. We'll transfer the money after you call a journalist and tell her, nah, you're not doing the story. They pretend to transfer the money. And he was like, listen, I don't care how much money you give me. I'm going on with the story. I'm going to bury every single one of you guys. And then I'll just look at Andrew like, and I'm personally thinking somebody is going to kill Andrew, because this is the thing, right before the show, they had the huge viewer discretion is advised warning. Anytime they do that for Scandal, I'm always like, Huck is going to cut somebody to pieces. He's going to flay somebody's skin. I mean, he's going to just remove people's eyeballs. I don't know, because Huck is just crazy. So I'm thinking, okay, Huck is going to do something real crazy. And Andrew is being just ridiculous. So I'm thinking, like, okay, it's going to happen. Huck is going to cut him to pieces later on in the show. Because he's like, I'm not negotiating. He's not trying to negotiate. So now there's a problem. Abby goes to Fitz and said, Andrew is not negotiating. And Fitz is like, you know what? Fine. We're not going to give him any more money. I'm just going to go to the press and tell people I'm going to let everything fall on me. I'm going to just take the responsibility and protect everyone involved, which I thought was very noble. I'm so glad that in the last several episodes, they have literally been making Fitz more presidential. It also works for Olivia. When Abby went to Olivia, it's like, Olivia, help me fix this. And she's like, no, this is the president that we want. This is the president that we fought for. This is the president that we went through crap for with Defiance. Let him take the responsibility and let him take the fall for everybody. But Abby being Abby didn't like it at all. Like, she's literally taking points from Cyrus and Olivia. She's like, no, I'm gonna handle this. Olivia's like, when everything goes down, you come back to OPA. She's looking like, nah, I ain't trying to go back there. So she goes and makes a deal with Andrew that he's going to do the story, but the story is going to focus on Mellie and the affair. And of course, you know, Mellie is Olivia's client. She's pissed off about it. She goes to Abby. She's like, Abby, why would you do that? Why are you putting yourself in this situation? You not like that. And Abby's like, listen, I can win. This is my thing. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, this is my thing. You guys work for me. I work for Fitz. And I'm going to do what I got to do. You know, that was different Abby. That was Abby, like, being in the White House and seeing how Cyrus worked, working at OPA and seeing how Liv worked. She's coming into home. She's getting nasty herself. So Olivia goes to Andrew and was like, listen, Andrew, what do you want to make this all go away? You need to stop this. If you think that I'm going to let you bury Mellie, you got another thing coming. Andrew automatically just starts calling Liv all these horrible names, like, you are the president's side bitch. You are a whore slut. I mean, he is just throwing daggers at her. And Olivia is just standing there taking it. She's having all these flashbacks of when she was kidnapped and the PTSD and how everything just hurt and how she never dealt with things. And she's just sad and upset. And Olivia loses it. This is the part in the episode. This is the OMG part that I did not see coming. I did not see coming. I knew something was going to come, but usually stuff like that comes from Tom, comes from Huck, you know, it comes from those people. It doesn't ever come from Olivia. It comes from Papa Pope, it comes from Jake. She would give a Fitz. Olivia takes this chair and starts screaming vengeance, so I get the revenge, and beats Andrew to death. I mean, blood splattered, and she's beating him, and she has no remorse. I mean, there's blood in her face, and she's just sitting there like she has been possessed by the devil. Like, ooh, devil possession. But anyways, that's how she was, and she kills him. And the next thing you do, you see her sitting. Earlier, she had went to her father's house to get help on how to deal with Andrew. And her dad looking at her like, how you want to deal it? You know, there's only one way I deal with things. And Olivia's like, no, I don't do that. That's not me. That's y'all. And Papa Pope was saying, yeah, you acting like that. Like, this is not something you do, but you are part of that world. And she didn't realize it then. But I've been seeing little pieces of Papa Pope and Olivia. I mean, I've been saying forever, she is her father's daughter. And in this episode, she proved that she is a mini female version of Papa Pope. Anyway, she kills the man. She's laying there. Fitz come in and was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, hugs her, and it just like, are you okay? Because she calls him. And she's like, she's fine. Abby goes in, and they're looking at it, and she tells Abby, don't ever cross me again, bitch, pretty much. And she was like, you're going to tell the press people that he died from complications, from a fall, from a stroke, or whatever it may be. So they clean up the mess and all. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, what did I just watch here? Like, Olivia Pope. So now I can understand why she doesn't wear white anymore. They were moving her into the direction of colors because they knew that she was going to turn just like everybody else. But this is my thing. For some people who are mad that Olivia Pope killed her, Olivia Pope was never a good person. She was never good. She's done some crazy things, and I mean, for the last 5 seasons, she may not have actually killed somebody, but she knew about it. She sanctioned some of them. She was a part of it. Her hands never got dirty, but she always had blood in her hands. It's just this time she literally had the blood in her hands this time. Like, she was there and all. So Olivia Pope killed somebody. I mean, that was just a shocker. Everyone's like, what the heck is going on with Scandal? I honestly think this was a really good episode because this is what you call a game-changing episode. Olivia is forever changed. The scope of the show is forever changed from now on, which I think is good. I think always throwing this, trying to make Olivia straddle the fence between good and bad was so stupid. You know, it's just, this is it. If you compare it to How to Get Away with Murder, you know, Annalise was never good. You know, just bad. Everybody bad. It's just the way it is. There's gray area. It's not black and white. So after that, she gets in the car with Huck and Quinn. And Quinn drives her to her father's house. She gets out the car. You don't know it's Papa Pope's house, but she gets to the house. And she's standing there, and Papa Pope opens the door and was like, welcome, hello, come on, baby. You my baby now. And she walks in, they shut the door, and I was just like, oh my God. So that, to me, I think was an incredible episode. I liked it. I liked the game-changing episode. We need, again, you know, some people may not be okay with the fact that now Olivia has joined the ranks with the rest of the people she's with, but I don't understand why, because Olivia has always had, like I said, she's always had blood in her hands. This is nothing new. So this time she literally did the killing, which was going to happen. And in my opinion, she did the killing to somebody who deserved it. Andrew deserved to be beat to the pulp. After what he did to her, and then he started calling her those names and sluts and all that other stuff. Yeah, Andrew deserved to die. Great episode. I did miss out on Marcus. Marcus' part is Marcus is really weird to me. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if I was in this job and people were treating me like I'm a 5-year-old, I would pack my bags and just get the heck out. He really is the only good guy on the freaking show right about now. It's Marcus. So I'm thinking that Marcus might do some digging and investigate and find out everything about Olivia. And I think he might start threatening OPA to expose all the dirty, nasty secrets. That might be what his arc is. Great episode. It was directed by our very own Tony Goldwyn. He did a great job. So applaud Tony for always doing such a great job. in directing. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.